This is the 3 p.m. Takeover, Radio Northern Beach's only drive-home show.
Keep it right here for a whole hour of fresh hits and entertainment for your Wednesday afternoon.
Here we go.
Hit it.
Welcome to the 3 p.m. Takeover. Look at that, it's Wednesday, which means it's Hope and Victoria time. Welcome to Radio Northern Beaches for another great week. That was a fun song. I've never heard that song before. Is that new or is it old? Am I out of touch? Give me the 411.
It's an oldish song, and it's funny that you just said that quote because it reminds me of something.
It kind of sounds old. Like it sounds a little bit early 2000s.
No, it's not that old.
Oh.
It's mid 2000s.
Oh.
But fun fact, it is Lindsay Lohan's younger sister.
I on the sheet, I can see the last name, and I was wondering if there was a relation.
There is. So she is a little bit older than us.
Okay.
Same age as us, I think.
Wow.
Yeah. She had a short-lived musical career, but I liked her stuff.
A lot of younger sisters of famous people do.
Poor younger sisters of famous people.
Like Jessica Simpson's younger sister, Ashley. She had an album.
She was way more famous than Jessica for a while.
Really?
Yeah, she was like top stuff when Jessica got a bit like inappropriate for her fan base. Ashley was all like
swooped in,
innocent and positive.
Yeah, nice.
So that worked. No, it's like Jamie Lynn Spears.
Yes, she was the second one I thought. Didn't she have a kid?
I was going to say it was all well and good till she had a baby at 15.
Yeah.
And then everyone was like, "Okay, bye, you're a really bad role model for young girls right now." That's it. Done. Bang. Whoa. Still, you know what the thing is though? You're always going to be in the shadow of your sibling unless you started out before them, but that's so unlikely. It's like Dannii Minogue. She's done just as much as Kylie, but she will still never be as famous as Kylie because she came second.
Or Nicole Kidman's sister.
Nicole Kidman has a sister?
Yeah. Her name starts with A. Anita. Oh, I really should know.
Oh, Antonia Kidman. I forgot about her entirely.
Because she does like purely Australian stuff. So she's not like international.
Except that she lives in Asia.
But like I feel like whenever I see her on TV, it's for like something very Australian and almost local.
I feel like I only ever read about her because she kept having children and it was awkward because Nicole Kidman couldn't have children and Antonia Kidman had 6 and everyone was like, whoa.
Wasn't she on those milk ads?
Mm-hmm.
Did she advertise milk for a while? And it's like,
yeah, but with children that like weren't any of her. And I was like, you've had 6
weird.
children. You could have surely used some of them.
Surely at least 2 of them are okay on camera.
But no, apparently not.
You have such a litter to pick from.
But anyway, we are getting way sidetracked, but we have some really cool stuff coming up in the show today. But to start us off with, I just want to talk about something that happened last week. If you lived on the Northern Beaches, I'm sure that you would have been privy to this because at work I discussed it and anyone that lived on the North Shore and the Northern Beaches was woken up on Wednesday morning at 5 a.m. by the biggest bang in the world. I thought it was the end of the world.
Yep.
Yeah.
Same, 10 past 5 exactly because I remember I woke up and looked at my clock.
It was weird and I can't believe
it sounded like,
everyone
did it sound like it was right over your place?
Yes, and everyone says
was
that.
Directly above us, and then there was that like a camera flash. It was so bright. Like I had probably 5 to 10 centimeters of my window opens because we're on the second floor.
Yeah.
And so my curtain was pulled back just enough to let the air in and it lit up the entire room. I couldn't believe that such a small like area of window being open could let so much light in. It was insane.
It was so strange. And I think for me as well, and we live like very far apart. Like we both live in the north of Sydney, but still
like what, 20 minutes, half an hour drive?
Far apart. Yeah, even closer. We live a good 30 kilometers apart. It was really strange because we didn't have any rain where I live at all. So my first thought wasn't thunder. My first thought was like bomb or something, which was really strange. And it woke me up and I was kind of so confused and I didn't know what it was until my partner was like, "Oh, I think it's thunder." And then I was just like, "Oh, okay, whatever." And I went back to sleep, but it was so strange.
Well, because I heard thunder, like normal thunder, a little bit after that. And then we had about like 10 minutes of rain at our place and it just stopped. And I have friends who live in other areas and they said they got hail.
Wow.
So it's like I watch too many sci-fi fantasy shows that I'm like, something happened. Something supernatural happened.
What's weird is it was like totally exclusive to the North Shore and the Northern Beaches because I have a friend who lives in Lane Cove who heard it, but then I know someone that lives just across the water in Balmain, so like opposite but just slightly across the water, that heard nothing.
How weird.
It was like only this side of the bridge that heard it.
How special are we? Well,
how supernatural.
Well,
but you know, anyway, I thought I was going to die, but I didn't. And that's really good because it was a Wednesday and I was like terrified I would not make it into the studio for the show. But we did. And if you missed our show last week, make sure you head back onto social media and check us out. YouTube, Mixcloud, SoundCloud. I was going to say SoundTube. It's not SoundTube.
SoundTube, guys.
SoundCloud. Don't go to SoundTube. There's no such thing.
During this next song, we're just going to go and copyright SoundTube. So nobody take it.
It's going to be a thing.
Welcome back. Radio Northern Beaches. That was a bit of Demi Lovato, Confident. It's a great song. She has a great voice.
She does, and she can lend her voice to so many different things, which is really cool as well. So she sings like Christmas carols, and she's sung theme songs for TV shows, and she sings ballads and then like poppy stuff. She's got one of the most diverse voices I've ever heard, even though I don't particularly like her.
And she was in Disney for so long, so it's incredible how far from Disney she's gone, but she's not gone too far that she can't go back. Does that make any sense? Yeah.
Multi-talented.
Yes. Shout out to Demi.
Good for you.
Anyway, that's a good song. I forget how much I like her music until I hear it again. And I'm like, that's right, she exists and she brings out music and yay that she exists.
Well, she's not in the news very much.
No, I think did she go to rehab recently? Like self
I thought that was Selena Gomez.
Maybe.
But then to me they're the same.
I think she self-checked in for like her like personal body issues and mental health. One of them did mental health and one of them did weight issues, and it was like a personal check-in to make sure that
Selena Gomez was the mental health one, I think.
Which is like really cool of her. Good on her, taking care of herself.
Yeah, I guess. Good for them. That's good.
Yeah. Anyway,
on a totally different note, I saw someone's tattoo a couple of days ago.
Like a new tattoo?
Like a new tattoo.
Okay.
They just gotten it. And it made me want to get a tattoo, and that's so stressful because I hate tattoos in every way, shape or form. But I've seen this person's tattoo and I love it and I want it.
What is it?
Okay.
Is it a giant skull?
No, it's not a giant.
Back?
It's not a giant skull on their back.
Guys,
so
tune in next week. Hope's going to get a giant skull tattoo on her back live. We'll like record from the tattoo studio.
Live stream.
Yes.
No, not quite. Okay. So
oh no. Oh.
It's where your like you can imagine where your bra strap goes like on the side of your body. So it's like the underneath your arm. Yeah, like on the side of your rib cage. If you put your arm down, you wouldn't be able to see it. Your arm would have to be like up 90 degrees to see it. But anyway, this girl I know, she's a writer and she moved to New York 18 months ago now.
Okay.
But she's got this tiny tattoo, probably about 10 centimeters long in that area. That's a miniature New York skyline.
Oh.
And it's really cool.
Hope really does love New York, so this doesn't surprise me now.
But it was just really cool. And then she took a photo of herself, and it was so like cleverly done because it was really obvious it was New York, even in 10 centimeters of skyline. Like you couldn't be like, I wonder what skyline that is.
To be fair, New York has one of those skylines.
But it was just a really clever tattoo. And then she took a photo of herself with her arm up so you could see it in front of the New York skyline.
Oh, that's cool.
And I was like, why am I not her? Why is this not me?
Well, you could get a tattoo. I mean, I hear that area of the ribcage is one of the most painful places to get a tattoo.
Oh, really?
Yeah, there's a few spots that apparently are really, really painful. I mean, they're all meant to hurt, but
I wouldn't.
It's where the
that
skin.
painful.
I believe it's where the skin is thinnest.
Oh,
because there's like no fat or muscle to stop to sort of take the shock, I suppose.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense.
Because I hear that feet really hurt as well.
Oh, because there's like nothing on your feet.
Exactly. And your wrists really hurt as well, I've heard.
I know someone that has a tattoo on the bottom of their foot, which I don't understand because like literally you can't even see it unless you made the effort to look at the bottom of your foot.
I suppose. I guess it depends. But it's the person's choice. That's the thing about tattoos. You can criticize them all they want, but it really only affects the person that it's on. It was their choice.
That's true.
And you're never going to really know what it truly means to them because for them to go through the pain of getting it, it obviously had to mean a great deal.
Well, if you're going to walk on it every day, maybe it's like a tattoo of someone you hate.
You got to hate someone so much.
Well, you wouldn't be like, the initials of my dad, XYZ, and then you're just stamping on them all day.
But maybe it's like they help me, they like guide my way every day because they help me walk.
Wow, that's
See,
deep.
you can twist any meaning either way.
Okay,
Goodness
that's
me.
cool.
Okay, so would you get like a New York skyline? Is that what you would get? Would you steal her idea?
If I was going to get a tattoo, yes, but I'm not going to get one. I'm too scared of the pain, and also like
it's permanent.
In
it's
my
there
mind,
forever.
I just find them tacky. I could
really?
not. Yeah, I find them so tacky. Even if you can't really see them, I'd know I'd have one. Put it this way, I would never want to tell my child I had a tattoo.
Oh, okay.
Because I feel like that would make me that parent. Like
no, but these days it doesn't.
But it's not these days yet. I'm not like at that age yet.
No, it is. Like I don't think it's a thing anymore.
Would you get one?
I don't think I love something so much that I'd want it permanently on my body.
That's the same with me.
Yeah. There'd have to be a really strong enough meaning behind it that would last for the rest of my life.
Would you tattoo my face on your arm?
No.
Wow.
Mainly
Okay.
because normally tattoos of people's faces don't work out well.
I know where I tattoo you. The bottom of my foot.
Again, it probably wouldn't look like me. You've seen those like disaster ones where they've like it's meant to be someone's face and it ends up looking not at all like a person.
Yep.
I wouldn't risk it.
I love those shows.
And then it depends. I've seen a few that are like they look like watercolor painting. I like
Yeah.
the idea of those because they're sort of not the harsh black line of a classic tattoo.
That's true.
I actually have a friend at work who she uses this. It's like a henna dye, but it lasts for 2 weeks, and
Oh, cool.
it fades out to like a blue instead of a brown. And she's sort of drawn on herself tattoo-like shapes, but they only last for 2 weeks. So I think if I was thinking of getting a tattoo, I would get that first to see how it feels to live with it for 2 weeks.
True.
Because I'd download the free trial before I paid for the full version.
Very true.
Yeah.
That is wise words. But anyway, if you would get a tattoo, let us know where and why. Or if you have a tattoo, tell us that too.
Yes.
But now we're going to move into some more music. This is a song from Ariana Grande. I love this song. I think it's very pertinent that we play this song at this particular time.
I agree.
So enjoy.
Welcome back. 3 p.m. takeover. That was a bit of Ariana Grande. We're just talking about tattoos and talking about things like if you're going to tattoo yourself, we both agree that you'd have to love something so much it'd be on you permanently.
Yeah.
And I'm wondering if you would ever get something Pirates of the Caribbean related because I know how much you love that series because you went to see the new movie on the weekend, didn't you?
I did. It was so good.
And I believe you had a lot of feelings about it.
I did. Does it count as Pirates of the Caribbean if I just got a tattoo of Orlando Bloom's face? Because I
guess it
love
depends
him.
where and how big. And whether he's like dressed as what's his name? Will?
Yeah.
What's his last name of that?
Turner.
Swan. Turner. Swan's Keira Knightley's character's first last name.
I just get a huge Will Turner brandishing a sword that takes over my whole back.
I don't think that's too obsessive. I think you're fine.
I think it's good.
Yeah. I think it'll match with the giant skull tattoo I had in mind for you. So
True. I read about someone who got a tattoo of their loved one's face on their face.
Oh
so
my
it was
God.
like faces merged and I was like, wow.
Can you imagine if like you were dating someone and they did that? Like they show up to the next date, they'd be like, hey, you'd be like, I think we should see other people. Except you just shouldn't look in a mirror because you
Can you
won't
imagine?
be seeing other people.
But I just tattooed your face on my face.
Like, that's a level of commitment that few people will ever know or ever want to know.
Whoa, yeah, I was going to say I could never love someone that much.
Yeah. So I thought, given your love of Pirates of the Caribbean and my promise that I would quiz you on something last week,
Yes.
I wasn't mean. I didn't go for like a how well do you know quiz because I feel like you'd get 10 out of 10. And considering I got 2.5 or whatever I did for that flag thing. And then I did okay at the crazy laws, but I feel like I guessed most of it. So I figured we'll just go for like a personality one. I found a really great quiz that I think you've always wanted to know about yourself.
Oh, okay.
Which Pirates of the Caribbean villain are you?
Villain. Okay.
Yes.
Ooh.
So it's not hero, it's villain.
Every
Of the
movie has a
movies.
villain, I guess.
Exactly. I will give you a heads up. I did this beforehand and I am Blackbeard.
Oh, okay.
Sadly from the We Shall Not Talk About fourth film. Isn't he in the fourth one?
Yeah, but I always forget his name, so I just call him Lovejoy, even though it's Pirates of the Caribbean because it's the same actor. It's Ian McShane.
Yeah.
But yes, Blackbeard is the name. Okay.
Yeah. So that's like your... I wonder if we'll get the same person is what I thought I'd tell you. But so
Okay.
it's 5 quick questions. So let's jump in. Okay. So of this list, which Disney princess annoys you the most? Belle, Jasmine, Ariel, Merida, Cinderella, or Moana?
Well, I can't really include Moana because I haven't seen the movie, so I'm going to have to
felt the
judge off
same
the
way.
other ones. Merida's cool. Bella's okay. Jasmine, Ariel's a bit... I dislike how she always does everything she's not supposed to.
Okay.
So I'm going to go with Ariel.
Says the person who gave us rules are made to be broken as a quote last week.
True, but she breaks the most ridiculous ones. Like, Ariel, don't stand there. And then she'll just stand there. And you're like, no.
I don't like her because she like, I don't know. Her motives are very shallow. Like she doesn't know the guy. She like sees him, like a statue of him and she's like, I'm in love. It's like, Ariel, get a grip, girl. Like have some self-respect.
That too.
And a personal like life path. Anyway. Okay. How often do you eat sushi? Every few days, once a week, once a month, or practically never?
Okay, that was a question I totally never expected.
Yeah, I had to think about it. I was like, when was the last time I ate sushi?
It's sort of every 2 weeks. So I'm going to...
Once a month?
I'll go with once a month.
Okay. Okay, what's your favorite reality show out of these 4? Dancing with the Stars, The Bachelor / Bachelorette, Shark Tank, or Funniest Home Videos?
Most definitely The Bachelor.
I knew. I looked at this, I went, how do I choose? I don't like any of these.
How is this relating to what Pirates of the Caribbean villain I'm going to be?
Because only bad people like reality shows. I don't know.
Oh,
Probably.
gosh. Okay.
Okay, pick a piece of 8. There's a long list, so stay with me.
Mm-hmm.
Brandy goblet, wooden eyeball, queen of spades, spectacles, jade captain's knot, tobacco cutters, Siamese coin, a snuff box, or broken bottle.
I think I would go with Queen of Spades.
Okay.
As in the playing card, yeah.
I believe so. I feel like it's meant to be
Yes.
from one of the films.
It is. It's from the 3rd film.
That's very well done of you. I was like, that sounds nice. It's a queen. Okay. Which Disneyland ride would you get a fast pass for? Splash Mountain, Indiana Jones, Big Thunder Mountain, or Space Mountain?
I absolutely
mountain.
love Space Mountain. That is one of my
Okay.
favorite Disneyland rides, so I'm going to go with Space Mountain.
Okay.
Although it's sort of ruined a bit because last time I was at Disneyland, Space Mountain broke and they had to get all the lights on and evacuate us. And so I've seen the secrets of it. Because the great thing about Space
illusion
Mountain
was shattered?
is like it's a huge illusion because it's basically a roller coaster, but all you can see is the night sky and stars. So you actually have absolutely no idea where you're going, which is what makes it so fun. But yeah, it all turned on and I saw all the tracks and everything. And so it's never the same since. But there we go.
It's like when you see a character unmasked.
Yeah.
Yep.
But
Not
yeah.
good.
So Space Mountain, always. Oh, it's a good ride.
Okay, you are Captain Salazar.
That's the villain from the 5th
I was
film.
going to say, how very current of you.
Javier Bardem.
You are a born leader. You never forget a face and definitely hold on to the occasional grudge. That makes sense considering Miss put
Yeah.
someone's name on the bottom of your foot as a tattoo to stamp on them all day.
I am such a grudge holder, but it's a very internal grudge. Like I would never hold a grudge to someone's face. And also when like it came to acting towards them or something, like I would never show it. I just hold like a feelings grudge, but I would never act on that grudge.
That's fair.
It's like a semi-grudge. Put it this way, if they
looks
were
angry in the
if they were
picture.
in a burning building, I'd run in and get them.
You would?
Yeah.
Oh, that's good of you.
There's no one I have a grudge against that much.
But then you could be like, remember that time I saved your life from that burning building?
yeah, and then I
You
would play
owe
that
me.
card for like ever. Obviously.
Such a good person.
That's
well
just
done.
kind of the way I roll.
Like, was it a good movie? Like, give us your quick review.
It was a good movie, but I was confused as to actually what Captain Salazar was supposed to be because I read in the original idea for it that Javier Bardem's character was going to be a ghost because the film is called Dead Man Tells No Tales. So he and his crew are supposed to be dead in the film. So obviously dead generally would be a ghost, right? But then he
So
felt
they're like
like
zombies?
Well, he felt like a ghost wasn't scary enough. So they're not ghosts, but they're very CGI'd, but in an effective way. But they're all kind of missing body parts. So one of them might just be like a walking coat, but it walks like there's a body in it. Or one might have a leg that it finishes at the knee, but then it has the foot. So it's like missing the calf, but it still walks together and
my
stuff.
gosh.
And so I can't tell 100% what they're supposed to be. Their face is sort of flaky, but it never says what they are. They're just meant to be dead.
Because in the first one, they're all technically ghosts, aren't they? Because they're on like the ghost ship because they're all cursed. Are they meant to be ghosts?
They're not ghosts per se because
They're
you
like
can physically
skeletons.
touch them. They're like skeleton-y ghosts.
Don't they have
things.
ghosts in another one and they're like what we all think ghosts are? Like they kind of like see through people?
No.
What am I thinking of? Maybe I'm thinking of that bit in Lord of the Rings where they have that ghost army. There's
Yeah.
water involved. They run across water. I'm confused.
Yeah, no, there's no ghosts in this. They do run across water in Pirates of the Caribbean, these ghost-ish people in the 5th film. But yeah, they're kind of ghosts. I don't know what
look
they are.
like
They're
zombies
just
to me because they look like they're dead.
they do, but they're not.
Yeah.
They're not that physical because like when he turns his head, you can kind of see through it a bit, but not quite.
I'm so confused.
They're definitely not zombies.
I need like an official press release telling me what they are.
Well, you go to the film.
I'll go
and
see
you
it.
tell me what you think.
I'll give you my
Because they
review.
don't tell you. They're just meant to be dead.
Oh,
So you
okay.
just don't know what they are.
Okay, I will see this movie. I'm actually seeing Wonder Woman soon. That comes out like tomorrow.
Yeah, that would be good.
I'm a huge superhero movie person, and I saw Batman vs Superman when she's introduced, and like review Batman vs Superman was a terrible movie until Wonder Woman comes in. Then it was like the last quarter of the movie was amazing. So I'm really excited for her own movie because she
Yeah.
was the best part of that film.
I like it too. I think I'm going to go and see it because it's not too superhero-y, because
It's an origin story.
It's
more of a story.
It's got its roots in like a classic Egyptian children's story from centuries ago, which I think is really cool. It's not just like a made up superhero thing. So
yeah.
I'm going to go and see it too.
If you guys have seen any new movies recently, if you saw Pirates of the Caribbean, what are we up to now, 5? Is that what it is?
Yeah, 5.
If you saw Pirates of the Caribbean 5 and loved it or hated it, let us know. If you're excited for Wonder Woman, let us know.
Heads up, if you're going to go and see King Arthur, make sure you're not tired, because you might just nod off. And I love King Arthur and I still kind of nodded off, so be careful.
Isn't that like, didn't they have like fantasy or supernatural elements in it? I watched the trailer and I was like, this is normal. Then I was like, this is not happening how I remember the original story.
Yeah, it was weird. There was like semi-supernatural stuff in it.
Oh,
it was strange. It was strange, but anyway.
There you go. We'll catch you after this, guys. We got the new Miley Cyrus song, Enjoy.
Welcome back. That was Faded by Alan Walker. And before that, we had Miley Cyrus's brand new song, Malibu, which I confess I quite like.
I don't have an opinion either way. Maybe I need to hear it a few more times. I don't know.
Yeah. I don't get why. I don't get the connection to Malibu.
Isn't that where she lives? I heard that the
Does
song...
doesn't she live in like a country-ish type place?
No, I'm pretty sure she lives in LA.
Oh, okay.
I heard that, well, she must if she's with Liam, because Liam Hemsworth lives in LA for work.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know where all these people live.
I heard it was about him, and so I just assumed that they had a place together in Malibu. I don't know, because Malibu is like the rich area of LA, so...
True.
Or one of the rich areas.
Yeah, I don't know.
But you have to say it like Malibu.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I have no idea. But anyway, it's a good song. I like that it's a bit more serious. But anyway, moving on from that, you and I, we both live in apartment blocks, yeah?
We do. We experience the joys of high density living.
This is true. And I want to know if you have the same kind of dramas that I do, because I have a lot of dramas in my apartment block. But it has like escalated in the past week, right?
Like dramas like between like people who live in different what's it called? Apartments. Like
no.
Like is number 6 feuding with number 3? Like
no, not stuff like that. More just I have a series of frustrating things that happen.
Okay.
Okay, so the first one is the people underneath us have bought a little yappy dog.
Oh.
And it's not like
and they're not
a
training
dog
it to not
that
like
should
not
be in
yap?
an apartment like your dog that's very placid. It's like tiny and yappy and scratchy and...
Have you said anything to them?
No, because it's
think
not
you should.
quite been long enough yet, and we think they're actually they didn't buy it. We think they're dog sitting.
Oh, okay. So you're gonna like give them like a month's grace or something?
Yeah, but then they think that they get annoyed at the yapping inside, so they put it like on the deck. But that's under our deck.
Oh no!
So that makes it worse. And the same people, I think they must have got permission or something from Strata, but they're like chopping down all these trees. They chopped down like 5 trees by their balcony, and now they're hacking away at the tree stumps with like big axes all the time.
How odd!
And so like the sound of like axes on tree stumps, which is sounds really murdery, which weirds me out. But then that has been happening, and then there are people that live in an apartment underneath us, but to the right. And I'm not sure what religion they are, but every single Friday they have like 20 to 30 people come over, which is a lot for an apartment, for a 2-bedroom apartment. And they sing or chant in like whatever kind of religion or ethnicity or whatever they are. But it's really loud, and it's also just very strange. And then
what time on a Friday morning?
No, on a Friday afternoon.
Oh, afternoon. Okay.
From sort of like 4 till 6.
Oh, okay. So it's not like in weird hours where it's like from 5 a.m.
No, it's on the afternoon. But then strange smells come out from under the door, and like smoke and stuff.
Like incense smells?
Yeah, like incensey. I don't know.
Are they like cult sacrificing someone?
It's like a cult. I don't know what it is.
Maybe they're in cahoots with the people next door, and like the sound of the axe against the wood is like trying to cover up something.
I don't
the yappy
know.
dog.
I'm really weirded out. And yeah, this stuff like wafts from under the door and like smells out the whole like
the
internal
hallway thing?
stair area.
Oh my gosh.
And just strange. There's strange going on. I don't know how I feel about it.
Oh my gosh. I feel like you need to like every day check in and be like, I'm still alive. Like I'm just worried that you're just gonna like disappear one day.
I need to I'll be like the next to be sacrificed.
Yeah, exactly.
Into the apartment. But yeah, it's
goodness.
weird. So I want to know what weird things go on in your stairwells or in your apartment blocks, and whether it's just me in my apartment.
We don't have anything as weird as that. The people above us, I mean, they haven't done it for the last few months, but they used to like every second Friday and Saturday play really loud music and have lots of people over and have parties, which is fine up until a certain hour where it's like, cool, I need to go to sleep because I actually do stuff during the day.
Yeah.
They never did it on actually they did it on Sunday nights a few times, but they had a few really loud ones. And a couple of months ago, they bought a new bass speaker. And so I was literally lying in bed at like 11:30 at night trying to get to sleep, and I could like feel the bass. And I had to go up there in my PJs and knock on the door. And like the music was low. Like after like 11, they turned the volume down, but because we live right below them, the bass like vibrations are coming like
I was like shaking the
like
roof?
I was lying there going, I can't sleep because like I'm jolting from like the noise.
Wow.
And it was annoying because it wasn't just like a melody or like hearing a song. It was just like the repetitive bass beat of a song for 3 minutes straight. So I went up and this random girl answered the door and I was like, why would you answer the door if it's not your place? Anyway.
That is really strange.
And she was like, oh, is the music too loud? And I was like, no, can you please turn the bass up to treble? She's like, what do you mean? I was like, I live below you. I'm trying to get to sleep and all I can feel is the bass beat. It's not loudness. It's like the density of the music. She's like, oh, okay. And like often we'll have issues where like someone in our apartment block will go up and tell them to turn the music down and they'll turn it down and like 10 minutes later it will go back up.
Oh, that classic.
Yeah, where it's like, it's
yes.
down. And then below us we have 2 screaming babies.
Oh no.
That like to wake up.
That was my next question.
They like to wake up at like 5:30 and actually just scream murder.
Okay, we have two families that live either side of us both have 5-year-olds.
I've heard them when I've gone over to Hope's house. I've heard those babies like scream at mealtime.
Except they're 5. They're not babies.
Well, the baby below us is, I think she's 2.5. So she's in her terrible 2s to be granted, but she just screams in the morning mainly, which is normally an up, but sometimes her screams will wake me up and that's really frustrating.
Wow, that's tough.
Claps of thunder, screaming babies. Who needs an alarm clock, guys?
It's true. No, the 2 on either side of me are in kindergarten. So at least like their school age. The other one that I
don't have cult sacrifice. So I feel like it's not too, like we get on quite well with all our neighbours and they don't play too loud parties anymore. Our dog like gets on really well with the dog downstairs. Like if they meet in the hallway, they'll run around together. It's quite cute.
Aww.
Like, and I've like babysat for them. Like we get on quite well. It's just every now and then it's like, I would just love to sleep.
I only know the people that live next door to us on both sides. And even then, like...
Is it because you like
I don't
have
know.
Exited or entered the apartment and you've both been in the hallway?
Yeah. Like I don't even know their names. I just sort of like know of them.
Oh, see,
I couldn't even, like if I walked past someone that lives below me in the street, like I couldn't even tell you who they were.
Really?
I see multiple people. I don't know who is supposed to live there. I never see the same person twice.
How many apartments are in your block?
Just like...
Your building block?
6.
Yeah, same. Yeah. I know everyone in our apartment block.
I don't know anyone in the downstairs. I don't know the cult people or the tree stump people.
Okay, that's probably for the best though, given what sounds like's happening.
Or the dog people.
Oh god.
I don't know any of them.
Wow. That's so strange.
I think they're going into the cult apartment and coming out as new people in both apartments all the time.
Oh, maybe.
So I never see the same people.
Really that's a good theory. I don't know. I always grew up that like we always knew our neighbours.
So did I, like in my house, but in our apartment block, like I don't think anyone in the downstairs of our apartment block speaks English.
Oh, okay. That makes it harder.
Do you get anyone that cooks strange foods and it smells out the whole apartment block?
Not strange food. If someone is cooking with like onions or if they're making a curry, we can smell it, but it's like a nice smell.
Yeah, we've got people next door that make
my
really
apartment
nice
block is full of like white people. No one cooks with anything too strong, let's be honest. No one cooks anything that interesting. And if they do, like if you do something, you're like, oh, I'm pretty sure it's takeaway because like they're not going to make that kind of food. So, and like even like there's like 2 babies, often they're not cooking like anything too spicy because they're sort of making it for the babies, like for the 2-year-old as well.
I have a Filipino family that live next door to me and they
must be nice
the most
food.
Amazing food. It smells so good and I really want to knock and be like,
got any spares?
Can I come over for dinner?
Yeah.
But no.
See, it surprises me because a couple of weeks ago, our neighbour from downstairs knocked on our door at like 7 o'clock in the morning on like a weekday
weird.
and was like, I'm so sorry and I feel really cliche for being this neighbour, but we've run out of milk. Do you have milk? Because their baby still takes like milk and formula and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Sometimes I think, that was just like the little kid needed milk.
Yeah.
And we're like, yeah. And we're like, do you want a cup of sugar as well? Ha ha ha. And we like got along well.
Oh, fun.
Which was really nice. So I'm glad we have that kind of relationship with our neighbours.
No one's ever come and knocked on our door. I know people that live in the other blocks that are still part of our complex.
Yeah, because you have like 3 buildings in your complex?
we have 3.
Yeah.
So
Well, that's nice.
But there we go. But anyway, There are totally ups and downs to living in an apartment. Sometimes
definitely.
this week for me, more downs than ups, but
Maybe next
it
week
can be good sometimes.
it'll be good.
Maybe.
And you can give us an update next week whether you've joined the cult or not. That's exciting.
Oh my gosh. If I'm not on air next week, you'll know I was like
Assumed she's been abducted.
I was taken on Friday and sacrificed into smelly smoke that comes out of the door.
What a lovely picture. Guys, we'll be back after this. Welcome back to the 3 p.m. takeover. That was Chainsmokers and 21 Pilots, a little mashup called Always Stressed Out. I love a good mashup. I actually love the music we played in our mashup special a couple months ago.
I forgot about the mashup special.
How could you forget about the mashup special?
I'm not a mashy uppy person. I like things to just be as they are. I don't
mess with the natural
I
order
don't
thing.
I don't mix food on a plate. So like I don't mash anything in life.
Oh, okay. I like to mix things up.
No, I don't mix anything.
I'm cool and hip. That sounded really old of me. I like to mix things up.
I'm cool and hip.
Yeah.
No, nothing mixes in my world.
Okay.
So
Good to keep that in mind, guys.
yeah, just so you know.
Wow. Sometimes we're so yin and yang.
Anyway,
But
we
you gotta
don't
admit, the music from our mashup special was really good.
It was.
Like surprising. Like I think you were a little hesitant towards it, but it was good. There are some really bad mashup songs. Don't get me wrong. There are some that you're like, why did you try? And then
I feel
why
like
did
I
you
never hear
make
mashups.
it? Why did you make it and then release it thinking this is good?
Do you have to go hunting for mashups? I never hear them.
I used to come across a lot on Tumblr.
Oh, okay. I was never on Tumblr.
But I've come across some like on Facebook and stuff. I've got a friend.
yeah.
I have a friend who's really, really into music and really into mashups especially. So I used to get a lot through him.
Okay.
Yeah.
I see that.
Yeah.
Fun.
I got sources.
But anyway.
Yeah. On a completely different note.
We are getting towards the end of the show.
More like we're at the end of the show.
Okay. We're at the end of the show.
We're at World's End. Pirates of the Caribbean reference. It's not World's End. It's just in the
We
show.
are.
Anyway, I'm all piratesy today.
You are.
Yo ho ho.
I hope your quote relates to pirate. Okay.
No, my quote is yo ho ho and a bottle of rum.
That's all. Victoria is Madame Quote today.
Yes,
so
I am.
I'm excited to hear what you've come up with. I love when it's not my week because I like to hear your quotes, what you've come up with.
Oh, I feel the same way when I'm like, oh, what's Hope's quote
Ah,
gonna be?
stop. Wow.
So my quote, it sort of relates more to tattoos, I think.
Okay.
And similar to last week's, I couldn't find a source for this quote, so we're going to say it's by unknown. And the quote is, what you do matters, but why you do it matters much more.
Oh.
So I think kind of like with tattoos, like getting a tattoo, if that's what you want, that's great. But why, like the meaning behind it, I think is way more important and more significant. And I think that kind of works with everything in life.
That's true. My first thought, weirdly enough, when I heard that was sport.
Okay.
So, you know, it's like, it's cool if you go to the Olympics, but it's cooler like why? That, you know, like maybe you overcame
Being
a broken
active.
leg or something.
That's very like Australian of you because Australians love the underdog. It's like, why'd you do it? You're overcoming like some tragic accident. We love you more.
It's true. It's always like when somebody... That always makes the best sports story. You know, someone
It's
ran
the
a
whole
half
premise of
marathon.
The Voice.
You know, they ran a half marathon, but it's only like 3 weeks since they got a new leg and their dad died of cancer and then
Yeah.
something else. And you're like, okay, wow, I get it. They became a lot. Good for
It's
them.
like with The Voice, I think I was watching one of the audition shows once and this person like didn't have a sob story and it was really awkward.
Oh, yeah,
Because they're
that's
like,
weird.
I've always loved music and my parents have always been so supportive and so I thought I'd give it a go. And they might be like, you know, I copped like a little bit of bullying at school for liking music instead of like sports, but I'm okay. And it's like, cool. Like everyone's like, you haven't like lost someone and you're not like overcoming something. You're not like maybe they had like that girl who's blind. It's like, cool. So you can see, you're healthy. You've never been bullied. Like it was very
Yeah.
awkward. They didn't have a sob story and it made it weirdly apparent that like you need a sob story. I don't know.
Well, you just
funny.
need some background to your life that's interesting, like
Yeah.
something that sets you apart.
Yeah.
I'd be so boring if I went on something. I don't have anything
same.
interesting about me.
I know, same. I have like nothing dramatic that's ever really like happened to me.
Neither.
Within a week, you can be like, one time I was abducted by a cult. They lived below me. I almost got sacrificed.
Okay, stories like that are so cool. It's like, so last year on The Bachelor, we were saying earlier on the show that I love The Bachelor. Last year there was a character
girl,
on it,
Kira?
who was Kira, and she was the villain, and she was like really cool. And then it came out like halfway through filming that she grew up in a cult, and I
Yeah.
was so weirded out.
Weren't you like mesmerized by her? Didn't you want to like hear her story? That's how everyone else felt.
No, I don't want
I
to hear her
couldn't-
cult story because I went through a phase of like reading cult stories. So
Oh,
now I'm
okay.
like, I don't care about cult stories. They're all kind of the same. But still, it was like the last person. It was such a normal person. I'm like, anyone I know could have grown up in a cult and I don't even know. Like, wow.
Yeah, that's fair. That was a pretty good plot twist. I'm impressed the producers like kept that under wraps for long enough. Because I feel like once the people's names are out there, you could just like Google them and surely that would have come up.
Well, she has a different surname to her dad, who was the one that like ran the cult.
So she was like
surname.
the heir to the cult.
Yeah, it was like her dad's cult or something.
That's exciting.
And so she's got like, you know how in
million
those
siblings.
Yeah, in those cults, they've got a million siblings. So her mum and all the million siblings like ran away and stuff.
Oh, dramatic.
I know.
That's quite cool.
It's gonna be me next week.
Yeah. I hope to get run away from the cult downstairs.
With all my cult children that I've had in the week. In the week that I was in the cult, I'll have had like 8 children.
They'll have to be like adoptive children.
Yeah.
You'll save them.
Yeah.
We'll make it onto local news and our show will get famous. Perfect. You have to do this for the show, Hope.
All because I was in a cult.
The self-sacrifice.
It's true. But anyway, we are so totally off topic. But wow. Okay.
It was a great off topic to be on.
It was.
Yeah.
But that is the end of the show. We have loved being on air with you this week. It is like nearly the end of the month.
It is very close, very close.
So tomorrow is a new day. Tomorrow is going to be June. It's winter. Winter.
Yes. Wow. I mean, it's already been pretty cold. The cold snap came through.
It's true. Oh, and we have to reveal what our special's going to be.
Oh, yeah. That's like next week, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness. Okay, guys, are you all holding onto your hats? Because, oh my gosh, hat holding time.
Yes.
So, our theme for next week is going to be Earth.
Woohoo!
I said that very like anticlimactically. So, during the first week of June, it's like World Environment Earth Day.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to have like all our songs are going to be very like earth-based. So if you have a favorite song that
I feel Midnight Oil coming on.
Yes, exactly. If that's your favorite song, let us know. We have to play it for this special. But it's going to be a great one, guys. We're going to have some really awesome segments, so definitely tune in. And if you can't wait until then to hear us again, don't worry. The Takeover's on Friday. Just like 2 more days. You can do it. Otherwise, we'll catch you back next week for a brand new special show. Bye.